Hi everyone, it's Phoenix Normand, and I wanted to, first of all, say hello and to thank everyone who has taken the time to go on, view, download my book off of Amazon. I really appreciate it. I'm getting great feedback so far, and I'm hoping that you're loving reading it and hopefully getting something from it. It took a minute to finally write it and be pretty happy with the result. Of course, I'm never ever happy with anything I do, so that was a little bit of a vulnerability I wasn't expecting. But I'm really excited with how it turned out, and again, the feedback's been great, and it's nice to know that things are resonating and people are starting to think and they're starting to have those conversations, which was really what writing the book was all about. I've got two more in me for this series. The next one is on life, so to speak, and the third one is on race, which should be rather interesting, as it seems to be a topic we all just sort of skirt over and nobody wants to dive into for fear of being called racist or whatever else, and that's not the intent. It's going to be a great book, and I literally can't wait to finish it and get it out into the world. But I wanted to talk about something quickly with regard to kind of my new journey. As you know, I just turned 50 not that long ago, and I kind of had an epiphany. I've been teaching classes around the world to executive assistants, trying to, make them badasses, make them more alert, more aware, better prepared, make tons of money, get the respect of their bosses and their peers and people within the organization. And while all of that is great, the one thing that I've kind of forgotten that really kind of struck me was the fact that we're still missing the point. And the point is, you have to be a whole person in order to be great and to really be effective, especially in a support role. And if you're not really confident in yourself, if your life is basically falling apart at the seams, behind the scenes, then you're basically faking it. And I don't fake. What you get from me is 100% real, and I'm hoping that people get to that point again, where it's not about trying to put on a facade in order to be respected or to be considered or to be added to a conversation or a table or anything like that. Real success comes from being successful within, and that's something that I really want to tackle this time when I teach trībU. So, as you know, trībU has really been more of sort of like an EA, what did I call it, like an EA skills and mindset boot camp. It's still a boot camp, but I think what we're going to do this time is to really focus on personal success and what I call personal wealth, and not necessarily about money. Yes, we will talk about money, and yes, we will talk about budgeting and investing and all of that, but my goal with this, more than anything, is to teach you how to minimize your life to the extent where, I should say, minimize, the sort of distractions in your life. And my goal with all of this is really to get people to see how money has taken become this sort of goal, if you will, within their lives, and it rules everything in their lives. And unfortunately, it's the number one reason why couples break up. It's too much of a priority, and we now need to be the priority. And as Pollyanna as that sounds, and Anthony Robbins-esque and all of that, it's valid, because we're hurting. I talk to executive assistants all the time who can barely keep it together. They're creating all the success for their bosses, yet they don't put the same effort or have the same sort of drive or focus to do the same things for themselves, and that breaks my heart, to be honest with you. So my message is now broader. It's not just for executive assistants, it's for anyone that'll listen, to be honest with you. I've made some pretty epically bad decisions, mostly in the last probably like 5 years or so. But the funny thing I've learned from all of those epically bad decisions is some really intensely important lessons around who it is that I am, what it is that I will and will not accept as behavior toward me, and also really where I've sort of held myself in the equation of my own life. There's a quote by Greg McKeown that says, if you don't prioritize your life, someone else will. And that's one of those phrases you should always sort of jam in there. If you don't prioritize your life, someone else will, because guess what? They have goals and sort of a narrative of their own, and and agendas of their own, that sort of thing. And it's important to understand that, again, if you don't show up as a whole person, then it's very easy for people to kind of prioritize you according to their lives and their goals and agendas. It's not necessarily, being shitty or trying to throw you under the bus or demean you in any way, shape, or form. You've given the reins to someone else with regard to your life and your success, and that's no one else's fault but yours. So really what I'm trying to do this time out with trībU specifically, for the balance of this year, but really going forward, is to give much more of a comprehensive workshop, if you will, that includes not only the skills and tips and tricks and all of that stuff, which mostly will be taught by members of my private tribe, but for me, I want to talk about your life. I want to talk about what makes you tick, what makes you special, what makes you unique, what makes you want to wake up every morning. What are your passions? What are your dreams? And help you get there, and do that in such a way where it's not scary, where you can take small bites, where I can give you exactly what to do. And if you follow it to the letter, I promise you'll achieve exactly what you want, or damn close. That's really what I'm trying to do now. And so my classes are for everyone. So if you see a trībU class and you see my face pop up, don't automatically assume it's for executive assistants. It's for anyone that has ears and anyone who just needs a blueprint or to be in a room with other people going through similar issues and want to talk it out, and to be in a safe space where your business isn't in the street. It's right there at the table, and it will remain there at the table, and you walk away with a bunch of people who get you and you get them, and will hold you accountable, and will go and grab drinks with you, or go on a hike, or really sort of build a community with you as part of it, and allow you again to feel like you're supported in this new journey. No one's perfect. I'm no guru. Like I said, I've made tons of mistakes, but from those mistakes I've learned a ton. And after 50 years of sort of butting my head against the wall and having some a pretty great life. I mean, I've lived in 5 countries. I've met presidents and sung for presidents, and had Aretha Franklin curse me out. That was pretty sweet. It's been a great journey, but I think now more than ever we really need to sort of focus on us and how to be whole, and how to kind of ignore a lot of the narratives that are thrown at us. Sort of tune out a lot of the things that people see as perfection or the standard, and create those standards of our own. So I won't beat this to death, but again, thank you again for getting my book. Grab it if you haven't gotten it, and again, just think about it. I think it's good. It'll make you think. It'll make you sort of rethink the way that you approach your role, or rethink the way that you approach hierarchy. If you're a business owner, it'll help you rethink the way that you approach culture and inclusion and diversity and all of these things, because it comes from the perspective of someone that sat just outside the door, so to speak, of the C-suite and some of the most amazing CEOs on the planet, and watched them like a hawk. Took really, really good notes and put it in a book. At the end of the book, I have a ton of stories, things that I've gone through. More not as a salacious tale, although some of it is kind of juicy, but more to sort of show people that from the calamities that we consider calamities, or that other people paint as calamities, there's immense triumph and so many lessons that we can apply to our lives. And hopefully by reading some of mine, you can avoid some of the pitfalls that I fell into, and really sort of go around and create some successes, and also have a reference guide to go back to and sort of highlight and mark and all of that, so that when you run into those situations, and you probably will at some point and to some degree, you can basically go back and look at what you check marked and what you dog-eared and all of that. That's really what the book is about. If you notice, it has really wide borders. I did on purpose so you can go in and sort of scribble away. You can always buy another copy if you need a clean copy, but who wants a clean copy of a book? That means you didn't read it. So there you go. So again, my name is Phoenix Normand. I'm new. I'm 50. And this time out, I'm here to really help you achieve really what you want to achieve, and to be different, to be new, and to make good choices, and to again minimize the sort of noise in your life and get to really what matters, and being okay with that. Don't have to make $175,000 a year to be happy. I literally cut my salary in half, and I joined a company with people I absolutely believe in, who believe in me, and together we're going to build an amazing company that will probably make millions and hundreds of millions of dollars, and I'll still be happy with my little half salary. So there you go. I will catch you soon, and thank you again. Buy my book on Amazon. It's good. And we'll catch up soon. Thank you.